Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be checking out a video from my boy Nalf. Haven't checked out a video from Nalf in a long time, but the title of the video is what caught my eyes. It was what 8 years in Germany does to you. I can only imagine what 8 years in Germany does to you. That is impressive. 8 years, wow, that's a whole child right there. Yeah. Whew. Anyways, man, without further ado, let's go into this video, find out what it's like, because damn, I can't imagine like 8 years from that, like you're 12, like that's crazy, bruh. Whew. Anyways, man, let's get right into this video, guys.
8 years in Germany have changed me quite a bit. Now, in this list, I try to go over things that aren't such cliche, stereotypical things that are talked about all the time. A couple of the points are kind of that, but they're true. Hey, how you doing?
I believe my phone got hacked.
I lose respect for them by 1%, but I try to go a little bit deeper and really think about how I have changed as a person, specifically from living in Germany and Europe, and not just from getting older. And so let's get into it. 8 ways I have changed in 8 years living in Germany.
So nice.
I would say that I've become pretty conscious or aware of the food and things that I eat in my body, especially when it comes to kind of like chemicals and preservatives in food. It's shocking when you look at the amount of chemicals that are allowed in food in the United States and that are banned here in Europe.
Oh no, hold on. I have to see the Jolly, bruh. I love Jolly.
It's shocking when you look at the amount of
I love it so
chemicals
much.
that are allowed in
I need
food in the
that.
United States and that are banned.
Jolly Rancher. I don't understand. Oh, the blue thingy. Oh, okay, wow. Whew. Wow. Allergic reactions? It's banned in Austria, Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Norway, Spain, Sweden. Damn, Switzerland. That is almost all the big boys in Europe. Yeah, that is most of the big boys in Europe.
And here in Europe. The food regulatory bodies here in Europe are a bit more proactive, or maybe I would say much more proactive, to where food companies have to prove that certain chemicals and additives are not harmful to humans before they can add them to their products, whereas in the USA, the FDA is very reactive, and it is basically allow everything until proven otherwise. And there are thousands of chemicals that are in Americans' food supply that we are eating that are toxins and terrible for us. And I feel that every single time I come back to the States after being in Germany for a while. And then so I try and be as aware as possible when I'm in the States of what I am eating and not poison myself with the standard American diet. So I would say I've become much more conscious of my health in that sense.
Fair.
Sort of along the same line as health, I've come to look at alcohol a lot differently.
Yes!
I think people in the States, for the most part, look at alcohol as a very extreme thing. It's either all or nothing. And I don't think that's a healthy way of...
So what about Germany? Listen. I don't know, man. Like, Americans like alcohol. It's like a little beer, a little whatever, but like, I don't know. I would have probably put Germany above America when it comes to alcohol, especially that freaking Oktoberfest that y'all got, bro. That shit is crazy. But I don't know. I don't know. I'd give alcohol to Germany and fast food, to the United States when it comes to love. Because in America, you just love fast food. Like, if I moved right back to the United States right now, fast food. Like, it's almost impossible not to just be on fast food. It's just almost impossible. But me being in Finland, home cook. Even though I love to cook my food, I think I'd hit the fast food way more than I do here in Finland. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.
Looking at things at all. Obviously, there are people who have problems with alcohol, and that's a terrible thing. But I think living in Germany, you're able to see that, oh, this can just be sort of a normal part of life. It doesn't have to be extreme.
Crazy.
You can enjoy a beer at lunch or a glass of wine at dinner or whatever it is, and it can just be a nice, balanced part of your life.
I understand. I get it.
So it's kind of abstract and a little bit difficult to explain, but I would say living in Germany has helped me have sort of what I would describe as a seasonal approach to life. It's funny, my grandpa on my Italian side, he told me when I was probably 14 or 13 years old, because he visited Europe all the time, said that the people in Europe are more close to the earth, more in tune with the earth. And I had no idea really what that meant at that age, but now living here in Germany for 8 years, I totally understand what it is. And it's, like I said, a little bit abstract, but it's basically, I feel like people in Europe are just a little bit more in tune with the natural cycle of things, especially here in Germany. It's a 4-season place. You get summer, autumn, winter, and spring. You get the 4 seasons, and in some places in the States you do get that, but here in Germany
you should really say that because this one is a very good one. Because I think when I moved to Finland, I was talking to people. I was like, "Yo, bro, the trees really be changing color. Damn, that's crazy." People be like, "So you ain't saying all of that?" I'm like, "Dude, does the United States come across as a place that has as much trees as Finland?" No, it doesn't. Okay, so you're not gonna really recognize it. A little one tree with a little yellow leaf is like whatever. Right, but with Finland right now, like if I go on a drive right now, you would be gassed. You'd be like, "Yo, whoa," because like the entire road is covered in trees, like 90% of the time, right? And I mean it. I'm not exaggerating. I mean it. It's a scene driving in Finland. It's very different from what I'm used to. But yeah, so that's why I was so gassed about it. I don't know what it's like driving in Germany. Obviously, I've never driven there, but you experience the 4 seasons in Finland, just like what Nalf is saying you experience in Germany. So it's very shocking, actually.
You for sure get it, and it kind of just helps you transition through different seasons of life, whether it be kind of the food that you eat. Laura and I have been talking, we've been trying to eat a little bit more seasonal. It just feels more natural and good. And then even sort of the way I go about life in the seasons. I don't think you need to do everything all at once, all the time. There is a time for everything. And I also like that because it helps me think, okay, whether you're in sort of a good time or a bad time, it's sort of this too shall pass. Things will keep going. This season will change. And that especially helps if you're in kind of a bad season.
Hey, how you doing?
Facts.
Good, man. How you doing? Good, man. Good. Hanging out, enjoying the weather, enjoying the sunshine. Up to anything today? Yeah, we're actually gonna head down to the lake in a couple hours.
Play some basketball.
Enjoy some time on the water. Very cool. Enjoy. Good stuff. See you around. Cool. Have a good one.
My love for small talk. This is a massive stereotype that Americans love small talk. Germans do not participate in small talk, and for the most part, this is true. You're in Germany here and you're going through the checkout line, it's very rare that the cashier is going to make small talk with you and ask you about your day. Whereas when you're in the States and you're going to get a coffee, they're going to ask you, "So what are you up to today? How's everything going? How's your summer?"
Yes,
and this is just standard. This is the American way. And I've had a little bit of fluctuations on how I feel about it, especially when I'm going back and forth between Germany and the States.
Honestly, I don't really think any American totally, like small talk. Like you might go to New York right now, you go, you just hanging out and you go in a store, somebody asks you dumb questions, like, "Bro, shut up." It's like, but then, there's another time where you're like, yeah, what's good, what's up? And you just talking, So I think small talk is not that bad. It's just when to say when, I guess. It's a situation where sometimes you're like annoyed or sometimes you're like, you're about that talk. I don't know. But for me, small talk is cool. I don't have a problem with it at all. I'll do it and I'll also not do it. It just depends on the connection and the vibe that I get with someone. If you cool people, then you cool people.
Right now, I would say I totally miss the American small talk. I love it. There's something just positive and bright about it. Even if some people can say that, okay, it's a little bit superficial. This person can't actually care about your day. It doesn't care about your summer or what you're doing. You can look at it that way, but on another hand, you can also look at it as it is a nice, genuine gesture, and there's nothing wrong with smiles.
Another way that Germany has changed me is I've started to care a bit more about privacy. Let me tell you a story. Guys, I had something pretty freaky happen to me this week, and it was that we believe my phone got hacked, and we traced the IP address of the person using my data, and it was in Stuttgart. And I was actually in Stuttgart earlier that day, and I had access Wi-Fi in public on my phone, and it was one of the only times in the last few years that I forgot to turn on CyberGhost VPN on my phone. Scare us to watch the T, so it's risk-free. Highly recommend CyberGhost to everyone who uses the internet. You check it out using the link below. It also helps support me and this YouTube channel if you sign up using the link in the description. So check out CyberGhost. All right, back to the video.
The United States and the Americas are known as the New World. Europe, and here in Germany and these countries in Europe, are often referred to as the Old World. And living here in the Old World has helped me develop such an increased connection to history. I think it's hard to avoid. I had a little bit of an inkling of interest in history before coming to Germany, but since living here and being able to go around to different historical sites and kind of live in a place where the Holy Roman Empire was, and there's just so much history, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years of history in these lands, it's hard to not get interested in it. I've just dove on into researching and learning as much as I can about it.
You know, what's funny is, like, I don't want to be offensive when I say this, but what's funny is, it's kind of hard not to be offensive when I say this. What's funny is, you know, there's a lot, the entire world has history. It's just that some history gets wiped off the face. That's the reality, right? So, yeah, I'm not going to get too deep in that, but if you can read between the lines, you can read between the lines and you can figure out what's going on. But some history gets wiped out. It just gets wiped out. It's gone, you know. And it's quite unfortunate because a lot of people's history is gone. Simple as that. But hey, whatever, mate.
History. It has also sparked now recently, after I've learned a bunch about sort of the 20th century history in Europe, I'm super interested now in American history, which is something I don't think would have really happened, or at least not that extremely, if I didn't ever live in Germany and didn't ever get this kind of spark for learning about history. Now I'm entering into my learning about the American history, which is a lot shorter than European history, but I think living...
That's what I'm talking about. It's not. It's not. It's really not. It's just not documented. That's the problem. 1776, few little years before that, wraps it up. It's not fair because you look at something like Germany, they got so much depth, you know, of the history that happened. And like the United States, like, was there. It was always, the land was always there. It was, people was there, but it got wiped out, dog.
The Old World has really ignited my love and interest and passion for history.
For every 1 minute this person is
Hyvä sijoitus, riskisijoitus, varma tuotto, iso voitto, all in, win-win.
late, I lose respect for them by 1%, and it is irreversible.
So I played football in college, and in college football, they really hammer home punctuality. I mean, you have to be 10 or 15 minutes early to every meeting or practice or lift or anything like that. If you are not, and you're late, I love that. I'm a very punctual person, but then coming to Germany, it has kind of taken that to the extreme for me. And now I get quite angry, and I find it to be quite disrespectful when people are not punctual. It is a robbing of everybody's time. I really, really do not like it. Germans are known, it's a big stereotype that Germans are very punctual. I actually like that. There's a lot of truth to it, and it's a very positive thing. The thing that I always try to remember that my college football coach said is, if there's a meeting of 90 guys on the football team and you are 1 minute late, you just wasted 90 minutes of people's time. That's an hour and a half. So I always keep that in mind. Living in Germany for these last 8 years have hammered home the punctuality in my life, and I would like everybody to be more punctual.
2% gone forever.
This one's probably going to sound a little bit pretentious, and maybe on some level it is, but I feel like I have such a clear understanding and vision and perspective on the United States. I think when you're living in the United States, it's very, very difficult
It's a little bit blurry.
see it from the outside and kind of see the full big picture. And then when you're living on the outside,
Very true. It's something that I would always advise people. You like rice, but that's the only thing you eat. That's the only thing you try. And if you actually tried something else, you'd understand that it's not all about that rice. So in other simple words, exactly what he's saying is exactly the truth. When you're out of something, you understand it better, right? And for a German, it may sound offensive, but you'll never find or understand the faults of your country being in your country. You'll never understand the limitations. You'll never have enough gratitude. It's not just the negatives. It's also gratitude. I can tell you that a lot of Europeans, they probably don't understand how blessed they are to be in Europe in terms of one major benefit. Healthcare. I've spoken about this many times. My sister went to school. Though it was a private university, it was still expensive. Well, it was more expensive than the public university, whatever. But she went to a university in Florida, Tampa, to be specific, right? And she had to pay, right? However, if she was a Finnish person or just say German, for example, she would not be in that situation, right? A lot of great benefits are flooded throughout a lot of European countries, but a lot of Europeans don't really know until they get to visually see another country's actions. So yeah, he's 100% right with this, man. You gotta get out to see it.
outside of the United States, you can see it from the outside and you can see it from a different perspective. But I think the fact that I've been able to live for prolonged periods in both helps me see my home country kind of in a complete picture. I struggle sometimes to talk to people about the United States and things going on in the United States here in Europe, especially because I know that they don't have kind of the full picture that you cannot get if you don't spend a prolonged period of time in the US. Same thing can be said for if I'm talking to somebody in the United States about the United States. I struggle knowing that they don't have the outside perspective and don't have the complete picture and perspective on the USA. Like I said, it's a little bit
conversations like that, we just don't have them.
Pretentious, but the people that I'm able to have the best conversations with and the deepest conversations with, and I feel like I'm the most stimulated and things are the most clear, are people who have lived in both for prolonged periods of time. And I think living here in Germany has helped ignite that and give me the full picture of the perspective of my home country. All right, guys, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Very true. That last point probably should have been the first point. It was so good. Very, very good. It's not just, Germany, United States. It's every country. It's life in general. It was a very good point, and I really respect it a lot. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section down below. I'm out of here. Peace.